All right, hey, what's going on, everybody? I've gotten a few questions about where do I start with these duplexes. I saw that you built one, I saw that you sold it, and I saw that you made money on it. Fantastic, but I want to get started. Some of you are already doing this, which is great and fantastic, and thank you guys for contributing to the community and helping out other people. Secondly, some of you guys want to get started, but you don't know where because you don't have about $35,000, which is, I'm gauging about what you need. The deal is this, is that we don't do things because we think that we have certain limitations, okay? And there is no limitation. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. There is no limit. You just have to be willing to put yourself out there. One of the ways that you put yourself out there is you just talk to people. So I put this together real briefly to kind of get you guys some ideas and how I would do it if I were to be starting all over again. There was a time when I didn't have the $35,000 in my bank account, okay? There was a time when I didn't know how to do new construction and do all this stuff. But if I were you guys in that scenario, me 5 years ago, this is what I would do. Understand that when you're talking to people, there is a value proposition. You have to bring some sort of value to them. Otherwise, why else would they give you their money? The very first thing I want you guys to understand is that you're borrowing people's money. You're not asking for investments. Don't talk about the word investing or any of that stuff. Mostly because when you talk about investing, you get into some SEC rules that, whatever. You're breaking the law if you're talking about people investing with you. Okay, that's not what we're doing. We're talking about people lending to you. This is a loan, which means you have to pay it back. People oftentimes, they think like, credit scores. Oh, I don't like credit scores, but really, when you narrow it down, credit scores are a character score. They really talk about the person's character. And hopefully, I'm not offending any of you guys on here, but if our credit is not good, then that means we don't have very good character because we commit to borrowing money and paying it back, and then we don't do that. And that speaks about our character. So the same thing goes here with this because where I want you and I need you to start is going to be with friends and family. That's how we all start. I'm telling you, that's where the majority of people start is with friends and family. Having said that, this is people's hard-earned money, and you better figure out a way to return them their money. I cannot emphasize that enough. This is people hard-earned money, and they're going to part with it for a little bit of time while you work it. And you have to find a way to give them their money back, even if it takes you longer than you intended, even if that means that you have to lose money. Find a way to do it. Okay, so now that we've gotten past that uncomfortable portion, this is one of the ways that I would do it if I was starting over. So I would call everybody on my phone. All right, you're not asking for handouts, you're not asking for free money. All we're doing is calling to catch up people, or calling to catch up with them. Okay, hi, haven't talked to you in a while. Well, let's talk about family, let's talk about work, or whatever, however you feel comfortable talking with people. Most of the time it's like, hey man, what's going on? How you been? How's your wife? How's your kids? How's work? Talk about that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, cool. How's, been hunting anytime recently? Whatever. Point is that you're just calling to catch up. When you call to catch up with people, they feel compelled to ask you what's going on. And that's where you come in and say, hey man, look, I'm excited about this new real estate thing that I'm doing. I'm super excited about it. My goal is to build and sell a duplex here locally. Now, you don't have to use my exact same words, but basically what I'm saying is that, like, you have to own this thing. Own the fact that this is your goal. Commit to that goal. Inside your head, you're like, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to build and sell a duplex here this year. And it shows, the confidence comes through whenever, the way I say it right now. My goal is to do 10 more here locally in Willis and Conroe. When you own that, the confidence comes out and people are going to be just like, oh, wow, this kid is for real, or this person is for real. You're going to be doing ground up new construction. And so what inevitably is going to happen is that they're going to say, well, what do you know about new construction? That's a great question, right? Actually, I've been taking these classes because what you're doing with me is you're taking classes. You're being taught the real estate game as far as new construction goes. So I've been taking these classes. I'm getting mentored by someone here that's doing it local in Conroe and Willis. He just built and sold one and showed us the entire process from beginning to end, like the permits to the sale, everything in between. Since I'm one of his mastermind students, I'm going to be using his exact same blueprint to build and sell the exact same duplex he did. And I have no problem with that. I want you guys to do that. So part of the process is finding private lenders who understand real estate. And this is where you kind of start a little bit pitching them on, hey, do they want to be private lenders with you? Where you're going to be funding this first $35,000, or if you're going to be if they're going to be funding the entire thing, okay, the entire, you know, 280 to whatever the cost of the construction plus the cost of the land, right? So whatever that is. Now, we're not quite at that point, but I want you to make sure that you communicate it to them that part of the process is finding private lenders who understand real estate. Most people understand real estate, and if they have money saved up, they probably understand it pretty good. So if they're interesting, or you gauge that they might want to know a little bit more about it, then you can say, hey, look, let me show you a project that was recently completed. And then I just included the detail here for you guys, so you guys can just copy and paste it, but it's right here. So this is the one that we just did, and you guys know everything about this project. You saw me build it from beginning to end. You can go through the pictures and show them. You can see the sales price of the project, right? You can show them the inside, talk to them about the 9-foot ceilings. You're going to use the exact same colors, the exact same floors. You're going to use the exact same cabinets. You're going to use the exact same contractors, the guys who did the backsplash. You're going to get your appliances from Home Depot. You're going to get excuse me, you're going to get the hardware for the cabinets and the doorknobs from Amazon like I did. You're going to get the same Amazon light fixtures. Like, everything's going to be the same. We're going to go to Floor and Decor and, price out some tile that's about, $1.99 a square foot or less. We're going to use the same granite countertop guys. Everything is going to be the same. The same guy who built these doors is going to be the same guy who's going to build the doors for us. But why? Why is Juan doing this for you? Because he's a good guy, right? And, he's doing it for free because he wants this as a proof of concept. And all I need from you guys once you do your first duplex is essentially say, man, I went through Juan's, education program for this build duplex deal. And, I made this money, and fantastic, and just endorse me, right? That's all I'm asking for. It's just a testimonial from you guys saying, dude, this actually works. So the fence, the same thing, the Lowe's little fire pit thing that we did here, the exact same thing, guys. You're going to use the same photographer that I use, just to make it easy for you guys as well. So anyways, just go through all that stuff. Now, once you've gone through the pictures and explained everything, that you're going to do the exact same thing using the exact same program, then you have to pitch them the numbers. And this is where you guys have to be a little bit understanding of like how this whole process works. So you need to review it. Now, that responsibility is going to be solely on you. The responsibility of essentially knowing the numbers, right? We're going to find a lot that's going to be ballparked this price point. This is how much we paid for all the stuff. And I've already given you that class, and you have access to the Excel spreadsheet, and you have access to all the information there where you guys can take a look at it. So the slab is going to cost, $24,000. The siding is going to cost this much money, all this stuff. And you can walk them through the numbers, and then you can say, hey, look, ballpark, we're going to make around this much money if we can find a lot for $50,000 or less, and so, what are the options? How do I get involved in something like that is probably what they're going to tell you. It's like, great question, man. We can do the, you can help me get the $260,000-$70,000 loan we're going to need for this. We're going to use your $35,000 to front it, right? I'll be in charge of the entire program, or the entire build, and we can talk about a split, or, if you want nothing to do with it, let me borrow your $35,000 for about 6 to 7 months. I'll hurry up and find a lot and get the whole process done. And, we can figure out an interest payment to, make you for that amount of time, however you guys want to structure that. Okay. But you're getting the conversation started. Most oftentimes when you talk to people, they have more money than they actually want to tell you. And if it's liquid, they're probably looking to do something with it anyways, So would I be afraid of giving up 50% of the entire project if somebody else is willing to fund it? Absolutely not, especially if it's your first one. Really, like I tell people all the time, man, just get your foot in the door, do one project, be in charge of it. You're going to learn so much from it. Document everything, make sure you're, got good notes. Excel spreadsheets are great. Word documents like the one I just put together here are great, and just save it, save it, save it, save it the way I'm doing it here. And then that way you have like all this information that the next time you do it, you can just send someone, say, hey, look, here's a Google Drive of all the stuff that I did, all the videos I did, everything that happened, and the money that we made on it. And so we're looking for somebody else to do this with. So anyway, that's how I would try to pitch it. That's how I would try to sell it. It's a simple 5-step process, guys. You just have to know your numbers and know what you're talking about, and basically use me to kind of help you through this process. That's all I got for you guys on this one, and let me know how it goes.